Swole Benji here. So there was a new patch today on December 16th, 2021, and it introduces a lot of holiday festival things. It introduces Gypsum. I'm going to show you all the new stuff that the patch has and how you can take advantage of it. So you'll notice in the main cities there are these trees and you can loot them with an exquisite gift pile. So there's also new locations around the map, and they're near every single... Ooh, I just got a gypsum. They're near, and I'm going to talk about that too. They are near your fast travel points. So here in Monarch's Bluff, if I fast travel down here, there is a winter village that you can go to. But if I'm in like Everfall, and I take Everfall's southeastern fast travel point, and there's a winter village and so on and so forth. If you use New World Map, one of those map websites, once their website updates, they will have a special toggleable for all of the special events, and you can see where all of these are. You can see where all the ice caves are, the yetis, the present spawns, and all that stuff. It's going to be on their website very soon once it goes live. I can't show it off right now because it is not currently live on their website. So first off is the gypsum stuff and the watermark things. It's called expertise now. Used to, whenever you would loot chests and kill boss monsters, you had a chance for a higher gear score item to drop. You'll notice these little purple numbers next to the armors. That is because I'm on the test realm. This is the current expertise of my armor. So that means that any chests that I open, any mobs that I kill, will not be higher than this number. But once I do find something higher, this number will increase. Like, I've been opening some chests. I got a rapier to 517. I've got ring to 519. But as you do daily activities in the game, you will generate things called gypsum. Now, I have 3 diamond gypsum here, and I got them by opening the presents on the test realm, which the diamond ones are for doing the holiday events, which right now is going to be the winter yeti stuff, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But once you have gypsum, you can come to Great Cleave, Shattered Mountain, stuff like that, and there will be, there's supposed to be a kiln in the middle of the town here. So let's go to the kiln, the Gypsum Kiln. This is a new item here, a new little bench that you can use. These are not in the main towns for some reason. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and go here, and you'll see that I can craft a Gypsum Orb from 3 diamond gypsum. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There is no return rate, no bonuses, no gear that enhances the amount you can get. So there we go. We now have the Gypsum Orb. Now, other things like... Obsidian Gypsum takes 3. Sapphire Gypsum, this drops from bosses in Genesis and Lazarus, so you only need 1 to make an orb. Now that I've made 1 Gypsum Orb, right? And they all make a Gypsum Orb, it doesn't really matter. Like, there's just different activities, like this Topaz one that takes 10, where did it go? 10 Topaz Gypsum. You drink a potion, and you go kill just high-level mobs, and they have a chance to drop Topaz Gypsum. It's a pretty interesting thing. You can choose different activities to increase your gear score, your expertise. So let's say I'm a musket main, right? And I want to raise my musket gear score. Where is it at? There it is. So I would use a Gypsum Orb, and I would craft this Gypsum Musket Cast. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is basically a loot box. So now I'm going to open this and get a random musket. Let's see what I get. All right. And I got a 519 musket. Now, on the PTR, I started at 515 expertise. So by doing just one of these, it is now 519. So if I just use all of my gypsum orbs that I get every single day doing whatever, all on musket, I can hit 600 pretty darn quick, all right? So, and I also have a video coming out later that talks about gear score, how it's not super duper important. So... don't worry if you have a low expertise. It's not a reason to quit the game, alright? It's actually pretty easy to raise the stuff that you want higher. However, it is harder to just chain run Merc Guard and raise your gear score that way. It's still possible, but it's just harder to do now. You can also chain run dungeons, and that's about the same. You can't farm that tentacle thing anymore. They fixed it. If you try to farm tentacle, it will kill you. So that is completely out of the game at this point. Anyway, so we obviously got a crappy musket, but it raised our expertise. And if I put the, like you'll see here, my musket is now showing 519, which this is a 511, but I can find up to 519, and if it raises, that's more. So that's the gypsum system. There are many different ways to raise your gypsum. You can, or to get gypsum, I'm sorry. You can let me just go over real quick. Alright, Obsidian Gypsum is defeating level 60 open world bosses, usually found in elite landmarks, so like doing Murkgard, essentially. Sapphire is from Lazarus and Garden of Genesis bosses. Ruby is found in Outpost Rush caches, which on my server, we don't have enough people to do Outpost Rush. Even when we plan a week ahead for everyone to log in at a certain time and do it, we still don't have enough people. Emerald Gypsum is found by leveling up your trade skills in reward containers. So once you, for those that don't know, I guess I can go ahead and show you that too. Your trade skills, I can't really show you because of the PTR, but like, let's say I'm a big armor smithing guy, right? And I'm level 200. Well, if I continue to craft armor, I will get experience that will hit these little aptitude notches, and after each little notch, you will regain a reward box that will ramp up as you level this up. And this takes a lot of crafting, by the way. And in those boxes, you will receive the Emerald Gypsum. Now, there's the Citrine Gypsum, or Citrine, I don't know how to say it. Those are found in arena caches, and I don't mean like a battle arena, which is coming later on in a future patch. I'm talking about arenas where you go fight the Spriggan, or you go fight the Siren. Those kinds of arenas, which I have not actually been able to do because my server is mostly dead, and people don't generally like me on my server because I'm a YouTuber, which is stupid. But whatever, wages are seething. Anyway, Amethyst Gypsums are found in Breach caches. Hopefully, you can find these in level 25 Breach caches, because I don't like to solo the higher level ones. They take so long. But a Breach, for those that don't know, that are these little things right here, like this Infested Grove, this is considered a Breach. So you just go there, clear those out. Topaz Gypsums are found on hostile creatures level 55 plus, but you have to craft an attunement potion, which I don't think I can bring it up in the menu here. Maybe I can. Let's see. We're going to go to Arcana, which is a potion, and we're just gonna, it's called like a topaz thing. I don't know if it'll be listed in here. Maybe? No, it doesn't look like it. But essentially, you take a bunch of those elemental animal bug things, like Life Moth Eyes and Blight Moth Dust, and you combine it into a topaz potion. You chug that, then you go kill level 55 for higher mobs, and I already have the perfect place to do this. I have scouted out the best mobs in the game to grind with this potion that have the lowest amount of HP, that there are just tons of them that you can just cleave them down incredibly fast or shoot them from range with a musket in just 1 to 2 headshots. Very easy to do, and I'm going to be releasing a video on that later at some point this week or next week. I'm not sure when I'll have it made, but it's definitely something I'm going to push out very quickly, so look forward to that video. And then finally, Diamond Gypsum, which is the one we just used, is from doing the holiday events, which you will have to go down to these little winter villages and talk to the Yeti and do his quests, and the Yeti will show you, there will be like random presents on the ground and these little crystals that you can harvest on the ground. You pick those up, and that's how you get reputation and presents. So here's a present now. I can go ahead and open one. I got 5 winter tokens. But also, you can get a lockbox, and inside the lockbox is 100 gold. I'm sure once bots abuse this, it will be nerfed into the ground, but bots are already generating about 700,000 coin per day by just chain running Outpost Rush on the big servers. So that pretty much sums up Gypsum. Alright, it's pretty cool system, pretty easy to upgrade specific gear that you want. I also want to talk about Timeless Shards. Okay, Timeless Shards are items that you'll get from defeating expedition bosses, and I believe you can also find them in elite chests, like, again, in Murkgard, so this just buffs everyone that loves to do Murkgard. I hate Murkgard. But what a Timeless Shard is when you go craft something, I'm just going to show you right now on a little crafty bench here, is like, say I wanted to craft a linen shirt, which I don't know why you would, but what you can do is you can apply the shard, and what that will do is that will force the stat modifier. So I don't have anything because, like say I wanted dexterity on armor. This is the public test run. I don't have these, obviously. So I can use the Timeless Shard to force dexterity on the item. But the way the Timeless Shard works is it's not just a Timeless Shard. It can be a light helmet Timeless Shard. It can be a medium chest piece Timeless Shard. Essentially, there are 31 different Timeless Shards. Now, if there are 3 different Timeless Shards for shields, then there will be 33 Timeless Shard combinations. But as I believe right now, there's only 31 different Timeless Shards. So if I get an Amulet Timeless Shard, Cool, I can force dexterity on it when I craft it, but I will still have that open modifier, which is this thing right here. So if I want, instead of having to roll, you know, just focus and then coin flipping the rest, I can put refreshing divine embrace with focus on a piece of armor, and I will always get that with, you know, 1 to 2 other open slots for perks, depending on if it's gear score 500 to 600. So that's what a timeless shard is. That's really cool for crafters, but it is going to be kind of hard to get those, and to the specific ones for the gear you want. It basically, it just reduces the amount of coin flips you have to do by 1, which is pretty darn good for people trying to min-max the best gear in the game. I'm going to talk a little bit now about the winter event. So these are lost presents. You can loot these randomly on the ground as you travel the world. I had to remake my PTR character because I ran out of Azoth. But you take the recovered presents, you take it to the holiday hut, and I'm going to show you that right now, and you'll get a present. Oh, my bad. You get the presents from the big tree in the middle of town, so make sure you visit every town to get the presents, because you get the tokens and you get the lockbox, and the lockbox is $100 and a silver ingot. I don't know what's a silver ingot. It's kind of weird. Alright, so here we are at a, what is this called? Winter Village. These are near the fast travel points. There's one, they're all over the place. I don't know all the locations, but you can use a map website to show it. It should show on your map too. Here's the big Yeti. He's not a monster. He's just an NPC you talk to. And you get quests from him to get winter tokens, and you get some prizes. So I need to go visit one of these little holiday huts as the first quest that he gives you. And what this little holiday hut is, are those recovered presents that you pick up off the ground will be converted into winter tokens, okay? But also Gleamite, which is little crystals on the ground, same thing. You get 10 of those. And you can also convert them to winter tokens. Then you can take 25 tokens and make a premium token, or 25, or 1 premium token to make 25 regular tokens. I don't know why this exists. It's kind of a silly system. But also, let's go ahead and turn this in so I can show you the shop now. So we're gonna complete that quest, and then we can open the shop. This is a lot. Man, this guy's loud. Okay, so this is a lot like the faction shop. You got these little spiced foods here, and what they'll do is they'll double the amount of crystals that you get. Okay, but you don't get more extra presents. So you want to have some of these foods around. So the first thing you should buy is a couple of these foods. I would just go ahead and just buy 3, and then anytime you see Gleamite, you just eat the food. What is this? Is this mealy wrap? Huh? Is that like oh, I forget the name right now. Anyway, I'm really hungry, so like the food makes me hungry. Anyway, buy you some food with your first tokens you get. I'm gonna tell you right now that the gear you get is absolute garbage. Okay, so obviously most of you guys watching this are level 60 by now, but if there are new players, maybe these items aren't that bad. I think it's kind of a waste. But let's look at the gear at the end. You get a toy rabbit for your house. You get the give present emote. Now this is 10 premium tokens. I think that's gonna be pretty easy to get. You can also get a skin of the Winter Wanderer's Cloak. But now let's look at the items. Every single weapon has its primary stat. That's cool, right? But also, the sword. Hey guys, the swords aren't supposed to have 25. No, that's alright. Never mind. Okay, every single weapon has luck on it and chain ice. The shields, sure footing is okay, but you want sturdy. The sled, which is the tower shield, does not have sturdy, therefore it's a pointless shield to have. For PvE tanking, maybe PvP, I don't know. Sure footing is awful though, but like all the weapons here, it has the primary stat, and it has, what was it called? Luck and chain ice. That's basically it for the weapons. But you can also get armor pieces that have the primary stat. Well, there is no primary stat for armor pieces. Like, for instance, this is light armor, so this is focus. It has corruption, resistance, and corruption ward. Now, resistance can be negated by drinking a potion. It's a completely dead stat. The ward is okay for tanking, right? So let's look at the heavy helmet. That's medium. Okay, here we go. Heavy, it's got plus strength, and then corruption ward. So if you're running, like, the depths or shipyard, I guess it's okay. But Lazarus doesn't have corrupted mobs. What was it called? Genesis does not have corrupted mobs. Yeah, if you run Merkguard, this might help you not die a little bit, but it's not worth 3 premium tokens. It's just garbage items, okay? But you also have like a snow-capped bed, which I don't know why you would ever lay in a snow-capped bed. That sounds painful. Snow-capped bookcase. You got the stag sculpture. That's kind of cool. I don't own a house, though, so I don't really care. Then you have these patterns so that you can craft these specific items anytime whenever this thing goes away. So, like Winter's Warhammer, right? This creates the Winter's Warhammer at a crafting station, right? I haven't got to experiment with this because it's really hard on the PTR, but I have a theory that this might be an easy way to power level weapon and armor smithing, guys. I don't know. I will have to investigate further. And if that's the case, I'm sure Video Game Data Bank will make an awesome video on it because he's an awesome YouTuber. And I might have to make a video on it too if it's a good method for power leveling armor and weapon smithing. I don't know yet. It could be, maybe not, who knows. But essentially, this is a way to get those weapons when it's off-season. Maybe you can sell them to someone who's a collector. I don't know. Just buy one of each of these. They're only one holiday winter token. You're going to have tons of these, okay? The other ranks just have lesser stuff of the same thing. You do have, like, a boar sculpture, chandelier, dining table there. Things like nightstand, lanterns, and rabbit sculpture there. Wait, I already did that one. Yeah, so chairs and shelves. That's pretty much the holiday items, and you know, people may think that the Yeti thing is cool, but I think Yetis deserve to die. Death to all Yetis. They are large and hairy. Anyway, so just do his quests. Like, I'll go ahead and pick up the next quest to show you what it's like, alright? Blah, 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 skip, skip, skip. And there we go. So this wants me to go to town and collect a present from the Tree of Light, which we already did. So, but you need to go to every single day. It's a daily. Go to every town and pick up those presents. I mean, you get 100 coins out of it most of the time. Not always, but it's worth doing. So you go do that. It also says to open the town project board for some reason. I'm not sure why. I skipped the dialogue. You'll have to figure it out yourself. But you come back, and then he will give you a quest to go to a nearby cave and kill an ice yeti. So this guy likes to kill his own kind. He's a traitor. Traitor to the yeti kind, to the yeti people. Anyway, and he bribes you with gifts and presents. So it's a little sus there, my yeti man. But you go to a nearby cave. I don't know where it's at in Monarch's Bluff, but in like if we went here to this winter village, the cave he takes you to is right here. So you go in here. It's a level 25 Yeti. You kill him, and so on and so forth. And then that's pretty much it. There's a little bit more to the lore. Like the ice caves are going to remain after the event is over as a scar on the land. The lore is that there's some evil bad guy that wants to put the island into an eternal winter, which would kind of suck, but it's whatever. I hate winter. I'm more of a summer guy myself. But that's the winter event. Next up, we need to talk about a few changes here in Eden Grove. They have changed Malevolence, which I don't have it explored because it's the PTR, but it's right here. It's this building. They made this a level 66 elite zone, and they added some elite chests. It was an elite zone anyway, but it wasn't level 66. When I tried out Murkgard on the PTR, the monsters hit incredibly hard. They have less HP, but they hit way heckin' harder, so be careful in Murkgard. Also, over here in Ebonscale, you have this whole area, which is the Imperial Palace and North Dynasty Shrine, which I think is up here. I could be wrong on that. I forget. Or maybe it's this thing. I forget, guys. But they are also level 66 now, and they added more chests. So, normally, most people on servers, they just go and they run Murkgard because their gear score is so high that everywhere else is kind of pointless, right? Like, they don't do mines anymore because they don't get a gear score upgrade. But now, they have other options. Also, like, if you're PvP flagging for that more loot, and there's a PvP group doing Murkgard, then your group can come over here, do Malevolence, if I'm even saying that right. And then, or you can go over here to Ebonscale and do that. So I'm excited for that, but my server's dead, and I never wake up in time for those runs anyway. Unfortunate for me, but that's not your problem, okay? But that's just more options and more stuff to do, you know, to take up all your free time. Oh, I forgot to mention, Corrupted Breaches, they're level 66 now instead of 65. I mean, yeah, not a... Like, this big one here is still 65. What? That's weird. But yeah, they're 66 now, so slightly harder, slightly better, you know. Maybe they'll drop more shards. I had a video where I complained about a lack of corrupted shards dropping. Hopefully, maybe the 66 ones will drop more shards. I don't know. Alright, there's actually a lot more changes. Go read the patch notes for all the nerfs and all the buffs. Things like enemies got harder, got stronger. Like, the axe got just BTFO'd, which means blown the heckin' out, okay? I'm trying to, you know, keep it advertiser friendly here. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much the video. Go read the patch notes if you want. The winter stuff, it's pretty cool. Go collect presents, go collect gleamite, little crystals on the ground. Also, Aurora Borealis in this time of day in this part of the country, localized entirely within the Winter's Village, because as soon as you leave the Winter Village, the sky goes back to normal. It's kind of weird how that would work. But anyway, guys, that's the video. That's the new stuff. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you come back and play for at least a week. You know, maybe the populations will jump back up. I don't know. I just don't want this game to die and then I start starving to death until I can find a new game to cover. I'm Soul Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Videos every single day on New World. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you'll enjoy tomorrow's video or yesterday's, whatever. Take care, lads. See you in the next one.